Hello there. I'm Scotty, and you're not.
There's my Liam Neeson voice. We're talking about Darkman. The second of many first-time watches in this review series. Yeah, I know. I've never seen Darkman. I've heard of it, of course. This was a first-time watch. It was very interesting. Darkman tells the story of Dr. Peyton Westlake, a man who is working on a synthetic skin for burn patients, where he himself ends up horribly burned after an altercation with a mob boss guy named Durant. But he's still alive, and he seeks out vengeance and to save his girlfriend, played by Frances McDormand. So I've heard a lot of praise for this movie. People saying, "Oh, this is an underrated superhero movie." One of Raimi's best films, and I started watching this, and the beginning of this film details this mob boss guy named Durant going after this other guy, and this other guy is so hokey and cheesy. "Oh, you ain't taking down Fast Eddie," or whatever it's called. "You ain't gonna take me down, And I'm just like, what is this? What is this? This is so cheesy, but it's rated R. It's like, what? But yeah, after that's done, we transition into the title card, and then into the plot, and we see our hero, played by Liam Neeson, trying to create this synthetic skin. The problem is it only lasts for 99 minutes, at a specific time. And I think they could have played with that, like say, oh, it only lasts for 2 hours. It only lasts for 2 hours, which would be the run. You could say it only lasts an hour. And they could play with that. Say like the first 30 minutes is building up to this, this only lasts for an hour, and then at the 30-minute mark, at like 20 minutes in, he becomes disfigured and stuff, and then it takes 10 minutes for him to put it on, so he has 100 minutes, the rest of the runtime, to deal with it. And do it in real time of 100 minutes, of 1 hour, as he's trying to save his girlfriend before this. Could be interesting. I don't know if that's what they would have went for, but it's, But I understand. It's sort of like, it's a Universal movie. It's like a Universal monster movie. It's got like the whole disfigured, like Phantom of the Opera, or Invisible Man, or even a little bit of Frankenstein. It's disfigured. He's, And then he puts on, like, he can use this synthetic skin to make anything, and he can copy people's faces and stuff, but he doesn't last that long. I do want to complain, though, that I never understood the putting a handicap on a character like that. Like, oh, he has this, he can create a face, but no, only 99 minutes. That's it. To me, like, the whole aspect, they do it well. The whole aspect is that he has to have a watch and it beeps. It's just like, why? He keeps running away. If anything, it deteriorates him from getting things done, which is why they do it. Because if he was able to just put on a mask and get things done, he would be done within 25 minutes and we have a short movie. So we have to stretch out the runtime. Did Raimi write this? Screenplay by Chuck Pfeffer and Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi and Daniel Golden and Joshua Golden. And 5 people wrote this movie. Story by Sam Raimi. Okay. Raimi wanted to do like The Shadow or Batman, but was unable to secure the rights for those. Although he got Danny Elfman to do the music, and some of the music in here is very Batman-y, very Batmanish. Yeah. I do love the special effects, like the makeup effects done by What it said on here? Makeup effects by Tony Gardner and Larry Hamlin. Makeup effects are pretty good. There are certain special effects, like, say, green or blue screen effects that are very dated. Like, there's a scene where Darkman is hanging from a helicopter, and from afar, with a stuntman, it looks good. When you have a close-up, Liam Neeson in the makeup and stuff, you could tell it's a blue green screen behind him. And not look so good. Not look so good at all. I also find that the story is very resemblant to that of RoboCop of all movies. If you think about it, it's this guy. There's this guy that wants, like, this guy Strack. He wants to, do a real estate thing and build a new city, and much like the guy from RoboCop, and the lawyer in this case, the girlfriend lawyer, she has a thing that she left at, it's like a memorandum or whatever it's called. She left at his loft or lab, and so the mob boss guy comes in, kills our main character, quote unquote, kills our main character. He comes back looking different, disfigured, although RoboCop was changed, and is then to save the day against this guy. There's even a second act where, like a second villain thing where you think that Durant is the main villain, and once he gets killed off, we'll talk about that, then Strack becomes the main villain, and we'll talk about that too. But yeah, I like the fact that Westlake is, like, there's a scene where he impersonates why do I keep forgetting his fucking name? Durant. Where he impersonates Durant, and he's like robbing a liquor store, and he's like, "My name is Durant. Robert G. Durant." So the cops show up and bring him in for questioning. Bring the real Durant in for questioning, so he takes Durant's place. But, like, every time he dresses as someone else, he looks, and he's got like 10 minutes left. Like, what took him so fucking long after he put on that face that he's not getting to doing what he needs to do until there's 10 minutes left? See, that's what I'm talking about. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, he's gonna impersonate Durant. So why did it take 80 minutes for him to go from one place to another if he was dealing with, that's what I don't like about these things. Oh, you have a certain amount of time, and then, I'm gonna do this. But then, we have 10 minutes left. It's like, but you just put on the mask. We just saw you put on the thing and become him, and all of a sudden, we've cut. So he's got 10 minutes left. What's the point of having it in there? Like, if we're not, like, drawing out for time, it doesn't have to be the entire 99 minutes. But I'm saying, like, he could have been the guy for a half hour real time and be like, I'm almost done because he only had a half hour left. That would make sense. But, like, okay, he's got to do this thing. He's got 10 minutes left to do this. And it's like, why the time crunch? Like, what's the point of him impersonating him if it takes 80 minutes just to get to where he needs to go for the impersonation to work? Do you see the plot holes here? It just confuses me. There are some moments in here that's really freaky. I do like it, though. Like, there's this scene where he takes his girlfriend to the carnival. He wants to win her this pink elephant. And so after a few shots, he finally gets it, and he's like, "I'll take the pink elephant, please." And guy's like, "Oh, your foot you were in front of the line." Because, as you see, the carnival, it's a setup. You're not supposed to, they set it up so you can't actually win those those things. They make it very difficult, so you cannot win them, so they just take your money. It's how it works. But there are times when people do win, and they do honor, unlike this guy, they do honor if you win. They're not just like, oh no, like this guy's basically telling him without telling him, like verbally, you're not getting the prize. You're not supposed to win. Basically, you're not supposed to win, so you can't have the prize. It's basically what it was. He's like, I'll take the big elephant, please. No, your foot was. I'm like, no, it wasn't. I was standing here next to my girlfriend, and it's like, I'll take the big elephant. No way. And he's like, well, I won. Give me the pink elephant. He was like, I think you should leave. Like, he's not gonna give him the pink elephant. And it's one of those. It's like, so he like freaks out. You get this weird background stuff behind him. It's very weird. And then his face starts to melt, so he runs away, and that's where the girlfriend finds out that he wasn't just in a coma, but he was scarred by this. He chases him back to the Although the part of like approaching her at his grave is kind of weird. Yeah. He eventually takes out all of the bad guys except for Durant. And we get this helicopter chase, like I said. He attaches the helicopter to a truck. The truck then smashes the helicopter into a tunnel with Durant in the helicopter. And I already know that the sequel is called Darkman 2, The Return of Durant. How the fuck is this guy still alive? I'm like, oh, it's Durant. I'm like, something must happen here. Like, he's gonna jump out. And they think he died, but he's right. No, he's still in the helicopter when he smashes and blows the fuck up. How is he alive? How is he alive? That makes no sense. How is he alive? How is he alive? You know, they established that Darkman, or Westlake, he has no nerve endings, so he feels, I feel no pain. No. I feel no pain. And yeah, they play into that when he's pretending to be Durant, and he's putting like the fire underneath an obviously fake hand, but some of the special effects don't hold up as much. This is 1990 after all. Then we have the final confrontation on some scaffolding, and all of a sudden, Strack, who I guess is the actual villain of the movie, I never got that. I thought it was Durant, but I guess it's Strack, who has been very subtle, very toned down throughout the film. Yes, he had some villainous kind of stuff with him, is now walking on the thing and talking about, oh, when I was 14, for 14 years, I used to walk on here, and he's all thing, he's like, and like, at first, okay, so I know the sequel was like, Return of Durant, but like, you see Durant get out of a car, and like, whoa, wait a minute, dude, I understand if you wait till the sequel to show that he's alive, but how, and I started thinking about it, oh, it's Westlake, in disguise, and it was, and even Strack figured it out, but then Strack dies. But they do this weird thing where they show like they're way up high on the scaffolding and go all the way down to show there's spikes down there. I'm like, I wonder if that's gonna come in handy. It does. He falls, strike, Yeah. So after it's all done, all of a sudden he's like, no, we can't be together. I have to run off, finish my science experiment. I'm like, but wait. Like, why is he running off? Why is there more to do? This wasn't like being a superhero. This was revenge. He got his revenge. All of them are dead, quote unquote. So why is he running off? I don't know. An interesting thing to say is that originally, of course, Sam Raimi wanted Bruce Campbell to play the role. Universal said no. And so Liam Neeson was brought in. Other ones were I think Bill Paxton was up for the role, but Liam Neeson got it. And Liam Neeson does a good job, but Sam Raimi still got his way for like 5 seconds. For a few seconds at least. Which brings us to Bruce Watch. Bruce Campbell plays Darkman for a few seconds of time. He runs away, like, this figure, Liam Neeson, runs away, and he has this mask. You can't really see what the mask is. He puts it on, and she's looking for him, and she's grabbing random people, doesn't know it's him, and all of a sudden you see a guy turn around, and it's Bruce Campbell. Then you hear the narration, I'm known as Darkman. The reason it's called Darkman is that the makeup thing, the prosthetic, it works longer if it's like in the dark. So, yeah. But he's mostly in the daylight in this movie anyway. But yeah, so Bruce Campbell gets to be Darkman. Sam Raimi gets his way for like 5 to 10 seconds of screen time. He's credited as Shemp, yeah, I would say though, when it comes to Darkman, little problems aside, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I can see why they say it's one of Raimi's best. It was actually pretty good. Next is Army of Darkness. We're going back to the land of Ash and the land of the evil dead and the medieval times. And we'll talk about that movie in the next one. But until then, what are your thoughts on Darkman? This movie has wanted me to look up more obscure superhero / comic book movies. And also the sequels, because I want to see what the hell they do. I know Liam Neeson's going to come back, but they have Arnold Vosloo, Imhotep, and the only movies coming in. But we'll see. I eventually want to do the sequels. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.